Okay, it looks like we're back online. I'm going to carry on. So hopefully, if I do enough movements, the stream might take it as I'm actually being here. So I'm going to go straight into it. So, yep, looks like everything's better now. That's great. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is let's just do a fill on this one. I'm going to hold down my shift. Come on. There we go. Right, actually, let's invert that. So, actually, you can just do it from this way. So, I've got, actually, I don't, just trying to come up with a nicer, let's try that one. Okay, just, this is just placeholder art, just so I can see how it's going to look. No, let's do it this way. There we go. So that's the front, that's the back, and I'm going to leave that as such. This is going to be clear, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the edges. I'm going to do file. Actually, you know what? Let me just switch that back on. I've got a feeling I've just missed a bit here. I'll tell you what I've missed. In fact, put this in here. It's just gonna just do a copy and a paste. Do the same for this one. Copy and paste. If I merge that down, that just gives me the edging, the side. In fact, I got to get the top, and in fact, you can actually copy that one. Top. Let's do the bottom. Just copy this. Oops, I've got to be on the right layer. Come on, there we go. So there's my colors for my tops and my sides. In fact, actually, this one is a little bit. There we go. Right. So I'm going to switch off the wire. I'm going to do file, save as. I'm going to call this one, let's save it as a PNG. I'm going to call this one TGS version, or the original one. So this is going to be TGS V01 or TGS ORG underscore V01 original. Then I'm gonna say, oh, my thing has gone down. Come on. Second screen has gone down. It says it's not charging. Well, that's interesting. The other one was telling me it was 100% charged, when in fact it wasn't 100% charged. It is now. So if you're missing me off the other screen, it's because my iPad has decided to be weird. Yeah, I know you said you had low battery. It's funny, it says it's low battery, but inside the screen it says 100%, which is very odd. Oh, now it's saying, yeah, I can trust this computer. So that one, it's kind of weird. I think it's this age is showing here, so I'm going to try and see if I'm still available. There we go. So it's me. If not, you can still see me on the other one. So, okay, so we're going to So that one's been saved. I'm just going to check my directory. Where are we? We are, always good to know, over here. So that one's saved. Okay, now let's save another one. So let's switch off this one, switch on the alternate version 1 file, save as alternate version 1. We're going to call this one TGS Alt V01, and I'm going to save that again as a PNG. Okay, that, and then the third one, this one, I'm going to save as oh, is it still saving? Okay. Alright, save now. File, save as PNG. This one's going to be Alt V02. This is my alternative, and I'm going to OK that. So what that means now is I'm just going to minimize this. I'm going to minimize Photoshop, and we've got PureRef sitting there. I'm going to actually shut that one down. Come on, quit. Don't need PureRef running. But what I will do is switch over to there we go, the Mac. I'm just going to make sure my Wacom is right. There we go. So what you're looking at here is the meat and potatoes of 3D work, and that is our UV mapping. And just so that people know, there we go. UV mapping is one of the major cornerstones. So I'm going to project those images you saw me save onto these UVs here. So this, there we go, there's my package, and inside there, if I hide the pack, it's my little car. So first things I want to do, here's the UVs, is I'm going to create a material to put onto this pack. In fact, that pack, I'm going to call this, give this thing, just call it call that clear plastic, so we know what it is. Clear plastic. Can hide that. And I'm going to bring in the material. So looks like it's telling me it's not receiving enough. It's telling me the video's not receiving enough. Well, I'm going to try and keep the bitrate down. So here we go. There's the material editor. There it is. So I need a new material. I'm going to just go with a AI standard. Arnold standard shader, and it's Arnold, where is it? Can't even see it. That one, there we go. Put that in place. Zoom in on it. In fact, actually, we don't really need to see these. I can pull this up later. So what I'm going to do is hit the tab button in here and type file for the texture one. There's the texture node. and I'm going to connect the color to the base color here. So just so you can see, oh come on, stop. I'm going to lock these menus, they're going all over the place. Show you what that means. If I click on this little tab here, I'm going to browse to my images folder. There's the first one. Let's put the first one on there, original. Open that, and that image, if I double click, there it is. It's going to now come. I'm going to take the color of that and connect it to the base color here, and then I'm going to click on this object and say right click, hold it down, assign material to viewport selection, and then press number 6, and voila, there we go. We got the Tiger Shark logo on the front of the packaging, and then just color on the back. It's a little bit dark because I'm using no lights. In fact, if I switch on lights, everything goes black because there's no light in that scene. And I can either use an Arnold light or a Maya light. In fact, let's try Arnold light before I do that. File. Let's do a file. Save. Just to make sure. And okay. Yes. Very therapeutic. In fact, what I'm going to do is just fit there for the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a Maya light. Let's try Arnold one. Let's just do, if I do Arnold lights, skylight, hopefully nothing will crash on me. Let me just, plenty of memory. Here we go. So I'm going to do Arnold. Come on. Light. Sky Dome. Boom! And there we go. Illuminated. So, yeah. I'm just going to, zoom in. Nice and bright. You can see it's got some orange there where I missed some of those textures, and yeah, so so that's version 1, and you know, I'm liking that. Obviously with the blister or the plastic pack, if I put that on, it's gonna be in fact I probably should, what I could do is create another material. Let's create another where's Arnold's shader? Standard shader, there we go. Let's put this one down, and this one I'm going to just, okay, so I think this camera is, I think this one is just not taking a charge. Wow, this machine's not taking a charge. In fact, I might even have to, you know what, I'm gonna charge it. I'm gonna force it to take the power. I don't know what's going on with that machine. It's showing its age. I think it's showing its age. It really. There we go. It's getting power, so give it 5 minutes, it'll be charging. So, what I will do is I'm going to click on this and say, let's look at the attributes. I want the opacity to be, which is under geometry, 50%. And I'm going to click on this. Whoops, sorry. Click on this one. Assign material to selection. And it's not giving me transparency. Did I do it wrong? Nope. Thin walled. Nope. Okay, you know what? if it's fighting me on that. This is the beauty. I have an alternative. I can use a blend for now because I'm going to retexture this in Substance as we go. So if I just go to Maya and say blend, let's just put a blend on that. That'll definitely work. Assign material to selection, blend, and I can make blend because blend does have a trans. There we go. So always an alternative. So I've got transparency there, and I'm just going to minimize this. Let's pull this one to one side. Yay! So we got the car in transparent pack, and now we want some alternatives. So if I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to, let's just center the pivot, center pivot. In fact, I'm going to do Shift D, move that one to one side, and do Shift D again. There's another one. So let's call back up the material editor, which is lurking over here. Clear the view, and I'm going to say show me the material on that one, and I'm going to create another one. Where is it? Surface shader. There you go. Let's put that one here. It's fighting the plates. Yes, it is. And I'm going to put another one here. And one thing I haven't mentioned, but this is something I'm trying to do a lot more, especially with my projects, is always trying to think 3 or 4 steps ahead. So naming convention, this one here, standard AI standard 3. This one's being actively used, so let's call this one, I know, pack V01. Okay, and this one, pack V02, and then this one, pack V03. Okay, and then again, let's make life easy for ourselves. We know that this one over here, it's got pack V01 in attached to it. So I'm going to say pack V02. I'm going to assign it to that one. So if I click on it, assign material to selection, it goes gray. And you can always check this if I just change its color. There we go. And I'm going to say pack V03, change its color. There we go. And I can now say, okay, let's just do a save before I do anything else. File, come on, save. Let's assign textures, so I can actually do it through here. It's a color texture, so I want to do a file, and I'm going to say browse to alternate 1, that one, there we go, and go to number 3, file, alternate 2, that one, and there you go. So I've now got, let's just kill that, 3 packs, or 3 designed packs, you know, of with my alternatives for, you know, how I'm going to do the textures. This thing is still not charging. I think it's just showing its age there. So, and that Look at that. I've even had some of the dots come through on this. So let me just go back to Photoshop. That is really weird that Photoshop picked that up. I can't believe that. Wow. That's actually very odd that Photoshop picked that up. Interesting. In fact, let me just do a quick marquee select. I'm going to say file, save as. I'm going to save this one as PNG Alt 2 PNG. Yeah, I know it already exists. Rewrite it. Okay, so there we go. So I've just saved to try and get rid of some of these dots. It's kind of weird. Let's reload that. Gonna pick it up. Very odd. Yeah, that's a strange one. Let's pull the material back up on that. I'm not sure why that one is. Pack 3. Browse. Oh, it saved it as a... Wow, it actually saved it as a copy. There we go. There we go. So it got rid of those dots. So those are my 3. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take this over to Substance and do a little bit more with it. One of the reasons I do that is because doing it with Photoshop and painting it as a flat texture is not as it's not as flexible for me. So all I'm going to do is just shut down Photoshop. Yeah, I can save that. Shut that down. I can save that. Let's give myself some. Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't save that. Right. So now we go over to the magic that is Substance, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just switch back on. So there's my car. Now this car is already textured in Substance. I'm already liking what I've got here. But what I want to do is I want to not redo this and bring it in again with the pack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say File. Let's see if I can do this. Save as and call this one Car Pack. Car Pack. I'm going to say Car Pack 4. And then I'm going to go back to Maya. So if I just switch that off. So in Maya, I think the one I will save is this one. This one, in fact, actually. So it's still got the cars, got some openings. So in fact, let's put the light on another layer. So let's click on this. Let's put that on a layer and call that light. So skylight, sky dome. I just want to lock it. There you go. So if we select that entire pack, I'm going to go to, you can see I've got my UVs now. Because these have got separate materials, the UVs will be okay as they come in. Just to reiterate what I was saying about naming convention, if I show you what's on these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 materials that are going to come across into Substance. What I need to do is going to be pack 1, Blinn 8, Blinn 5, Blinn 10, Blinn 11, and they're all parts of the car. And what I should do is rename them, so that I can actually have them go across named. But I can also rename them in Substance. The main thing is to make sure that you keep it simple. So Blinn is actually simple for me, and I can actually do that process over there. So I'm going to just minimize this, file, export selection, and I'm going to say where is it? Go up to the FBX export. I'm going to call it car V5, and I want to have this smoothing group, smooth mesh. I don't really need to animate, even though I know it's got animation on it. I don't need that in Substance. What I do need is embedded media to give me any feedback if anything goes wrong. ASCII 2020, and I'm going to say export. That went through with no errors. I can now switch back to Substance, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this the way it is. And if this works, I should be able to import it and have these materials stay as they are. Now if they don't, I can always retexture it. So let's see now, the body copy, it's only 3 materials here. And if you really want to, if I really want to be 100% certain, what I could do is re-export this from Substance and put it back into Maya and then re-import it back again, because it will actually take these 3 textures going in the other direction. So actually, you know what, that might not be a bad idea. If I do file, export mesh, and I'm going to say without triangulation, I'm going to call it car for test, just for argument's sake. I'm going to put this one into, in fact actually I should put it into right folder. Is there FBX import? Do I have an import folder? I probably don't, so I will put it, let's put it in FBX export for now. There we go. So let's try and import to see if I can bring it in, but in fact actually, you know what, let me just try and import. So file, project, in fact let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch that one back. Let's do probably have to do a new scene. In fact actually, you know what, let's play on the cautious side. I'm going to switch off the pack. I'm going to select this car and I'm just going to delete it. But then I'm going to do file, import the one I just exported from Substance, which is that one. It brought it in. I don't think it actually has any animation on it, but it's okay. And if I check the materials, it's like my stream has gone a little bit low in latency on me. Okay, let's just say yes. See if that. Okay. Hopefully that should help. Let me know if it is pausing again. I've got a feeling there's a few things going on there. So there you go. I brought it back in. Let's see how many materials. Let's clear that out. Hey, hey, Juliana. Yeah, there we go. See, it's only got the 3 materials, and you notice that it didn't carry over the names, but it carried them over as a Berlin. So that means I can switch back on my pack. It's in the same place. And now, if I select everything here, and I do File, I can't find it. Export selection. I'm going to say car pack. Sorry, match car version 5. Export selection, yes. And now, if I put this, so looks like you guys not receiving enough video. What's going on? Is it too slow? Looks like it's paused. Wow. Looks like it's paused again. Okay. I might have to just try and ping this. Wow. See if I can do my settings. I'm going to try